Okay, before we wrap up with the awards, I've got some major thank yous to say for the event that you witnessed today. First of all, I'd like to thank Andy Graves, Victoria, and the entire Guildhall team, including these brilliant technical guys here, for putting on what has been a great show today. Thank you, guys. I'd like very much to thank Stuart Brown. Stuart Brown is our head of events, and this is, I think, his 6th or 7th conference, and he excels himself every year. Stuart, wherever you are, thank you very much indeed. To Elliot, our videographer, to my team as well, and to the students from the City of Portsmouth College and the Solent Academy Trust for getting us up and down the stairs and front and back in good time. So thank you to all of them as well. Thank you. Okay, before we go on to awards, a couple of things of other thanks to say and a message to leave you with. You hear me batting on time and time again about the perfect triangle. We are absolutely delighted in the organisation to now be financially supported by 62 organisations, most in the city. That is 12 more than this time last year. We will never, ever, ever take your money, your support for granted. We will continue to work hard to earn your partnership, your loyalty and your commitment. But thank you very much indeed. You alone can't do it. My 6 brilliant staff who work tirelessly for all of our programmes are another key part. But the volunteers are as well. That's my perfect programme. That's my perfect triangle, rather. And if I can just put some detail on that, 33 patrons, 5 partners and 24 associates. I'm absolutely delighted with the way that you work with us, and I know you are delighted with the way we work with you. When we did our survey in the summer of last year, you told us exactly why you work with us, and we will continue to work for your trust. Our staff, as you know, is just a brilliant set of guys and girls who just work for us all the time. Our directors, I've mentioned already, the 10 of them, and the 2 that have left us, again, give their time freely to us. The programme leaders, these are the people who don't chair a meeting, they lead the programme that we run, okay? And these people here, you can see, and effectively, the ones in bold are new programme leaders this last 12 months. So we are still attracting you to come and work and give your time to lead a programme, and thank you. Andrew and Ruth, whilst not being programme leaders, do an incredible amount of work, Ruth on climate and Andrew on ambassador. But they're supported now by another 168 of you who give your time freely. I'd like to give you all a great big round of applause. Thank you. So let me finish with Stuart Brown. 7.5 years in the organisation. Today is his last day at Shaping Portsmouth. Stuart is leaving us for a full-time job to further his career, and we wish him well. We will miss him terribly. I first worked with Stuart 7.5 years ago when I was the chairman of our business and enterprise team, and Stu, as I call him, has been just world-class ever since. So, ladies and gentlemen, please can you put your hands together one more time for the great Stuart Brown. So to the awards. So what I'm going to do in a moment is ask the Lord Mayor and Lady Mayoress to come up to the stage here. They'll be handed the award, and then obviously they will give it out. We are going to actually have 3 guest speakers give the award out. One of them is Matthew Evans from South Western Railway, who have very kindly sponsored the entire awards this year, and thank you, Matthew. For the very first time, you'll see Councillor Pitt give the Imagine Portsmouth Community Award, and that is something that will be very much part of this process every year. So if I may invite Lord Mayor and Lady Mayoress to the stage, I'll just move some chairs here. One sec. So what will happen is either the distinguished guest or myself will read out either the nominees or the award winner, and the award will be brought out and given to Lord Mayor and Lady Mayoress to hand over. and then the person will come up on stage to actually receive their award. If they wish to, they can come to the lectern and say a few words, but they're not obliged to do it at all. Okay, so if I can, as I mentioned, for the very first time, we have the Imagine Portsmouth Community Award. Can I invite Councillor Steve Pitt back to the stage, please?
This is really exciting because we get to say thank you to somebody or an organisation that does a huge amount for our city, and that's something we should always celebrate. So the Imagine Portsmouth Community Award, first time ever that we're awarding this. If you look on your tables, you've all got these leaflets. Please don't leave them on the table when you go. Take them with you and read them and find out more about the fantastic work these organisations do and see if there is anything that you can think of that your business could do to help them. So the nominees are Moving On Project Portsmouth, Pomodzi Creatives, Trussell Trust Portsmouth Food Bank at King's Church, the British Red Cross Supporter Home Service, Citizens Advice Portsmouth Specialist Immigration Service, and the Lifehouse. Our winners' mission is to help those outside mainstream society to combat homelessness and addiction, prioritising rough sleepers. They also provide a friendly food kitchen and diner, giving space to people in need from all ages and backgrounds, whatever difficulties they're facing, and making time to talk to their guests about their concerns and the challenges they face. They're open 3 days a week, offering nutritious hot meals and food parcels, as well as clothes, shoes, toiletries, sleeping bags and other equipment. The service also provides free counselling, expert help with benefits, letters and official documents, and access to a professional advisor in partnership with Advice Portsmouth. Delegates, I've known this organisation for a really long time, and you need to go and see what these people do, because it's very special. The winner is the Lifehouse. Mike, come and get your award.
Come and say a few words. 30 seconds?
30 seconds. Okay, I agree to 30 seconds. Thank you very much. This means an awful lot. Yeah, quite moving, really. Thank you. We've been quietly beavering away for 10 years now. This is our 10th year, and we're down in Albert Road. We've now, thanks to some wonderful local companies, managed to expand our premises. That's thanks to PMC and Aaron at A&D Mechanical and lots of other local firms who have rebuilt our site. And we're now, I don't know, it's a bit early in the year to know, but at least 15%, 10-15% busier than last year. And we're doing over 1,000 meals a month, 400 food parcels. We need your funding. Always, we never know where the money's coming from. Well, we know where about 15% of it's coming from because we've got regular pledges. But, and we need your food. The more food we got, the more we can give away. And if we've got too much, like over Christmas, we hide it upstairs until we run out. We do 25 supermarket pickups a week, but we also need some of the staple things that we don't randomly pick up from shops and supermarkets. We need your coffee and your sugar and your milk. Have a look on our social media, always disclose there. Guys, thank you for the chance to say thank you. Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Hugh, so much. And thank you, Steph. We shall treasure this. We shall have to find someone that's not going to get broken. Thank you, Steph.
And thank you, Steve. So if I press this twice, the winner gets announced before it gets announced. So let me just, right, okay. This is the stressful part of the morning. If I can ask the commander of our naval base, Commodore John Boyce, to come up and announce the award for this year's Armed Forces Covenant. John.
Wow, it's looking amazing from up here. Steph, can I just say this is my first one, and thank you to you and Shaping Portsmouth for a brilliant morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely fantastic to be standing here to announce the Armed Forces Support Award this year for serving our communities, our service community. The winner of this award has held the Gold Level Employment Recognition Scheme Award since 2019. They employ 13 reservists. They hold a joint hospital group of over 200 current serving medical staff, and they employ a number of service leavers as well as cadet instructors, which is also very important to us. Their service delivers for veterans, veteran leavers, reservists, and all of their families. And I would also say they return our armed forces personnel back to the front line, which is very important to them, stops churn, and gives them stability, which is important to their families as well. They are a point of contact for advice, support, and providing direct clinical and mental health support, as well as pastoral and end-of-life care for our veterans. They pioneered the Armed Forces Covenant Lead Nurse program in 2020. The unique role with its bespoke offering has now been replicated in over 25 sites across the UK. Our winners are recognised as setting a benchmark for veteran inpatient care. One of our award recipients today is a mentor for 45 different trusts, supporting them with that lead nurse role, but also in the employer recognition scheme. They'd run many, many initiatives, and I've had to cut them down, and really just some of the ones I particularly like. They run a monthly cake camaraderie and companionship event, which has to be good, but it's to get those veterans in care together and telling a few stories. They manage a veterans website as well as active recruitment roadshows and quarterly newsletters for the veterans, and they do a cadet engagement program. The list does go on, but this year's Shaping Portsmouth Armed Forces Covenant Award winner is Portsmouth Hospital NHS Trust. And here to accept the award is Keith Malcolm and is Anna Berners-Smith here. Introduce yourself, Keith.
I wasn't actually going to say anything, but my watch has just told me your pulse rate's gone up above 100. So, on behalf of the Chief Executive and the 7,500 plus staff at Portsmouth Hospitals, I'd like to thank you all very, very much. Shaping Portsmouth Award, thank you for this. It's a great honour, great award to receive. And yeah, thank you very much indeed. If you're all wondering what you can do to support veterans and the former military in our community, you just have to listen to our Veterans Minister, Johnny Mercer, who wants this nation to be the best in the world for supporting, caring for our military community, our former military and veterans. They want this nation to be the best place in the world for them to live and to work and be cared for, as well as for their mental health and well-being. And I believe that Portsmouth is where it should all start. There's no reason at all why the city of Portsmouth shouldn't be that city of excellence for supporting and looking after not just their serving but also their former serving veterans. And the way that you can all help, and again, echoing what's already been said, is to genuinely sign up for the Armed Forces Covenant and also the Employment Recognition Scheme, bronze, silver and gold, which we hold. It's a great scheme, and that's what you can do today to support your community. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. So, to the final 4 awards, and we've checked them, and we haven't made an embarrassing mistake on the next 4. So I can only apologise again, and we have a slight mistake in what's happened and what's been communicated. We will resolve that after the event with the moving on team, of which I profusely apologise. So we move on to the Shaping Business Award, and again it's given to an individual or an organisation who has done, in our opinion, in the judge's opinion, most to help transform the Shaping Portsmouth programmes and also the city as well. Our Business Award winner is known and loved by many across the city of Portsmouth. Over the years, the charity and community projects this person has been involved in are numerous. It's a he. He, formerly of Beckett Southsea, during lockdown, helped run it as a COVID testing centre. He has promoted the city of Portsmouth on the TV show Four in the Bed, displaying professionalism and passion for our city. He was also wearing his Shaping Portsmouth Ambassador badge as often as he could throughout the show. A prolific networker, he never shies away from using his connections to benefit others and providing support to business and charities alike. He always puts Portsmouth first and is one of our most hard-working ambassadors. I can't tell you how much pleasure it gives me to announce that our 2022 Shaping Portsmouth Business Award goes to Terence Cavallo.
Thank you very much. I don't really know what to say. For once, I am speechless. I'm not going to talk about myself. I'm going to talk about the incredible people that I've worked with over the sort of last few months. There's some incredible businesses in this room, some incredible charities. And what I will say is Seekers Create, Pomodzi Creatives, Stimunity, Portsmouth Hospitals Charity, the Minstead Trust, which I meant the other day. I'm going to forget some charities, I'm really sorry. You've all been a pleasure to work with. I want to work with more. People always ask me how I make the time to do what I do. I just make it happen, okay? So get in touch. If you need a hand with anything, whether it is through Delivered Social or if it's personal help, just get in touch. Thank you.
So next we come to the Shaping Education Awards, again which is given to the person or organisation that's made an outstanding contribution to the educational transformational programmes that they run and we run. This year's winner has for the past 18 years been undertaking a talent development and tuning networking events for young creatives. And it gives me great pleasure that the winner this year comes from that sector. They do this without funding, with very little support and against all the odds, as a group of passionate volunteers. They have helped many, many young creatives get started in their careers. In one example, we heard of a young man who was aged 14 when they started with them, who took part in that organisation and participated every year through school, through university, and eventually getting a job at the BBC. He credits his participation in his career from that organisation. Over 18 years, 2,000 young people have taken part in their programmes. This is a tremendous success for an unfunded organisation full of volunteers, and it gives me the greatest of pleasure to announce that this creative sector organisation that has won this year's Education Award is DV Mission 48-Hour Video Challenge.
What can I say? When we started DV Mission, I started it with Jinx Prowse 18 years ago. It was just a bit of fun. And it wasn't until we've been running it for about 10 years that we started to see the impact it was having on people's careers. And it absolutely has made a difference for people. It is run by volunteers. We do it for free. We've got no money. We get a little bit of funding in support from the University of Portsmouth, a very little bit of money from Creative Network South. We're very grateful for them. But we could be doing more. But we need people to get involved, sponsor us, and help us build that programme. We could be doing workshops all the year round, helping young people get a start in the creative sector. So if you're interested, if you want to help us, please get in touch. DV Mission, you can find us online, or even better, you can come to the Wedgwood Rooms on the 18th of March and see all the films and get involved in the event. Thank you very much. Cheers.
2 to go. There's been a standout winner this year of our Portsmouth Volunteer of the Year Award. And as I've told you, there's 183 of you out there who actually dedicate over 6,000 hours a year to the Shaping Portsmouth organisation last year. This person exemplifies the role of an ambassador and exemplifies everything we look for in a volunteer. Our winner this year has been a stalwart of our cruise meet and greet programme, and I told you earlier how valuable that was. She has attended the vast majority of the meet and greet events. Compared to most volunteers who still do a lot of time, she's actually been there for most of them, as well as being a wonderfully friendly face for the European passengers to meet as they come off the ship. We understand she knows the first name terms of every coach driver and where they're going and what their itinerary is. She is so dedicated to what we do and what we're trying to do. Always proactive, always giving feedback, and always, helping at the drop of a hat if we actually need some cover. It's fair to say that we would not be delivering the standard of this programme without her participation. Ladies and gentlemen, our Shaping Volunteer for 2022 is the wonderful Vanessa Busfield.
Yes, please. I'm shaking. I have to tell you, I've been living in Portsmouth for 8.5 years. I was living abroad for 28 years in Germany, and I wanted to come home, and I chose Portsmouth out of a whim. It's the best decision I ever made. This is such a wonderful place to be. I soon became an ambassador very early on, about 7.5 years ago. But this program that we have at the port, our meet and greet program, is absolutely my cup of tea. I get asked very often, because I speak fluent German, whether I'm German. What's a German lady doing living in Portsmouth? And I say, I'm not German, I'm English. Then you must have been born there. No, I was born in India. So I speak not only fluent German, but some Indian languages as well. And this helps with the crew of the ships that come in, because a lot of them are from India. However, I have such a wonderful time. I'm not alone at the port when I'm doing my work. There are the SMS, that's the Southern Maritime Services team, who support me, and our unsung heroes, the coach drivers that bring all our people into town. All of them are part of this team, as well as the people we have here in the office, Sam and everybody else, and now Pat Sauerbach and also Kate. So my greatest thanks goes to Portsmouth. I do all this because I love Portsmouth.
Thank you very much. Don't we just love our city? My daughter lives in a place called Bittern, which is somewhere to the west of here. And whenever I bat on to Natalie about what we do here, she said it would never, ever, ever happen in Southampton. But it's true. We love our city. We love our people. And, there is a shining example of what we do. So, to the final award, and then thank you for staying, and I'll send you home. The CEO award is chosen by me every year for an individual or organisation that mirrors our vision, our goals, and our objectives. And the winner this year is an absolute shining example of that. The citations I have received from some very influential people. I'm just going to read out a couple. One of them comes from the Bisco's managing director, Alison Lee, who remembers that she met this person about 5 years ago, and the project this person created struck a chord with Alison. And ever since then, they've been partners. Last April, Alison met up with our winner and was told that they were too exhausted to do the project again. Alison Lee said nothing for 30 seconds. I'm doubting that. But apparently she was silent for 30 seconds and said, you will do it, but this time you will be the creative lead and let other people help you. Our winner has since realised the power of their personality. We all knew it. She didn't, but she now does realise it. She now has gone on to actually put together a wonderful team for this event. Finally, Councillor Susie Horton said, when I think of this person, I think of someone who is truly inclusive. The project they lead is embedded in such a way as to seek out the women who are diligently and frequently selfishly getting things done in our city, creating, helping and innovating. These women are the fabric of our city's community, and our winner empowers them and others to shine a light on them once a year for their success. For me, it's simple. Our winner walked into my office in August 2018. I fell in love with her straight away, and I have been ever since, and I'm not ashamed to mention it. Her creation of the Inspirational Women's Awards every year is the very essence of what this city is about. I am so delighted to have actually had the relationship with her. And what's more important is her mum will now realise she's got a proper job. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Ronnie Edwards.
I'm normally the other side of this, so I'm a little bit overwhelmed because this isn't why I do the things I do, and I don't really know how to thank the amount of people that actually make it happen. It's not me, it's a whole entire tribe. But it's crazy that you'll know about it, because I would be happy to just do it on my own, so thank you. For everyone that's believed in me. Sarah is amazing because she actually knows how to get sponsors, whereas I historically have been like, do you want to support it or not? No? Okay, fine. And that didn't really work. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, everyone. And it wasn't 30 seconds. It was about a minute that Alison stared at me for. So thank you, everyone.